Hi, welcome back to Geno Tech Reviews, and this is the Tecno Pova 6 Pro 5G. Few months after the release of its predecessor na si Tecno Pova 5 Pro 5G, ay nandito na si Pova 6 Pro 5G. This time, meron ng 108 megapixel main camera, a massive 6,000 mAh of battery that can support up to 70 watts, a 120Hz screen refresh rate na naka-AMOLED display pa, with 1500Hz of instant touch sampling rate, powered na naman ng MediaTek Dimensity 6080 chipset, may dynamic light effect, and runs on Android 14 out of the box na. So ang tanong na naman, sulit ba siya? Is it really an upgrade from the Pova 5 Pro 5G? So let's find out in our full review. So kung bago ka pa lang sa ating channel, paki-subscribe naman at turn on na rin ng bell icon para lagi kang updated sa ating mga reviews. So skip muna natin ang unboxing kasi may separate shorts akong ginawa sa unboxing at ilalagay ko ang link sa baba. The one we have here is the Comet Green and the other color is the Meteorite Gray, which I still have not seen it being sold yet, so antayin muna natin ang actual look niya. But for me, mas preferred ko tong green over dun sa gray. So pagkahawak ko pa lang out of the box, it has a premium feel and looks impressive. Gaming-centric yung design talaga, sama mo na dyan yung dynamic light effect, which is now a single color unlike the RGB from the Tecno Pova 5 Pro, but it's still customizable according to your liking. You can change what light effect it will show when there's incoming call or a text or a notification. Meron pa rin party mode, so naka-turn on lang siya unless you turn it off. But it will consume more battery nga lang, but it's cool, and for me, functional naman siya and not a gimmick since you can customize it for a different notification. I would say that this year's dynamic light effect is better than the Pova 5 Pro kasi mas nakikita mo agad yung LED lights due to its design na din ng phone, so I really liked it. Sa likod, kita nyo din ang Tecno Pova branding. Sa camera module naman ay okay lang, kagaya lang ng most camera designs at this price range. At yung camera bump naman, it's not that thick, pero still nagwa-wobble pa rin siya when you are typing sa device on a flat surface. Back panel dito is plastic, although glossy finish kaya lakas maka-fingerprint magnet. Pero pwede mo naman lagyan ng case para di halata yung mga fingerprints, guys. Talaga namang napaka-reflective din ng back niya, as you can see. This device is protected din ng IP53 rating that is splash and dust resistant. So that's an upgrade din over kay Tecno Pova 5 Pro 5G. Let's take a look at each side of the phone. On the bottom, it has the 3.5mm headphone jack, a microphone, a USB Type-C port, and the main speaker grills. At sa sound quality naman, take a listen. So sound quality is very sharp naman. It's also quite loud and dinig na dinig ko din yung music and all the dialogue. It is also supports Dolby Atmos. Sa right side, it has the power button, and yes, wala nang side-mounted fingerprint scanner dahil naka-AMOLED na tayo, so it is now an in-display fingerprint scanner. It's quite accurate and fast naman. I even noticed sa 2 weeks of usage ko, it can be a hit or a miss. So paminsan-minsan di agad nare-read ng maayos. Also nandyan din sa right side ang kanyang volume rockers. Up top is the IR blaster, a secondary speaker, and another mic. Sa left side naman, it has the SIM tray with dual nano SIM along with dedicated micro SD card slot that is expandable up to 1TB. Sa build quality niya, it's very excellent. Corners are round, plastic din ang frame with glossy finish. Sa grip naman, nagustuhan ko din dahil despite the 6,000 mAh of battery niya, ay napaka-thin niya at 7.9mm. And also nakapakagaan din at 198 grams lang. So wala akong issue sa grip kahit most of the time di ko ginagamitan ng case. So overall design, napakaangas niya tignan. Talagang designed for gamer with premium looks due to its glass-like back finish. So it's definitely an upgrade in terms of design. It has a huge 6.78-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display na merong 120Hz screen refresh rate with the 2160Hz PWM dimming to help your phone reduce flickers when adjusting the screen brightness. At also walang Gorilla Glass protection, at least wala din naman sa website nila. But display quality here is excellent dahil expected pag AMOLED. The colors are vibrant as it has a cinema-grade DCI P3 color gamut. The details are sharp with 393 ppi. It produces deep blacks, talagang buhay na buhay yung mga nasa screen. Viewing angles is not a problem. Kasi nga naka-AMOLED tayo, so this is already an upgrade kay IPS display from the Pova 5 Pro. Tapos naka-widevine level L1 na tayo. Assure that HD contents ang mapiplay natin kay Netflix. But it has no support for HDR10. Now, bezels are thin, although may kalakihan pa rin sa my forehead, but it's fine. The punch hole is pwede na rin at di naman masyadong malaki. So sa refresh rate naman, napaka-smooth ng 120Hz and you can switch it to either 90 or 60Hz. May option din for the auto switch so it can adjust the refresh rate depending on your usage. It also has a 1500Hz of instant touch sampling rate. But nung tinest ko sa isang app, ay got me around 360Hz, so I was impressed kasi on actual usage, very responsive talaga siya. I didn't experience hiccups or delays, para na lang dun sa fingerprint unlock. But responsiveness wise, for sure magugustuhan nyo din to. Talagang built to game itong si Tecno Pova 6 Pro. Sa screen brightness naman, it has a peak brightness of 1300 nits, which is enough for this price. So outside, wala akong naging issue even under bright sunlight condition because visible pa rin ang display, so this is a good option for riders. And I can also throw in the Redmi Note 13 4G, which is a higher peak brightness at 1800. That is cheaper and well under 8K lang, guys. But nonetheless, okay naman tong si Pova 6 Pro sa kanyang brightness as long as visible outside. I have no complaints on that. And add mo pa yung 2160Hz PWM dimming feature niya. Additionally, we have an AOD or always on display since naka-AMOLED tayo. Customizable naman siya from clock to widget or notifications that you like to be shown. This is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 6080 5G chipset, but this is just a Helio G99 na naka 5G lang, guys. So technically, the chipset and performance on gaming is not an upgrade, neither a downgrade from the Tecno Pova 5 Pro. For context, the Dimensity 6080 is the same chipset from the Itel P55 5G, which is the cheapest 5G sa Pilipinas, which is around 6K lang ata, guys. Let's take a look at the benchmark scores. Sa ating Antutu, kita naman yung scores kagaya lang ng Helio G99 that we got around 400,000 points. Sa 3D Mark stress test, we got a loop score of 375 with 99.5% of stability. Sa throttling test na ginawa ko for 30 minutes, it throttled to 89% of its maximum performance. Although okay naman siya, guys, but medyo nagda-drop na siya around 18 to 20 minute mark. Sa Farlight 84 naman, max settings we can get is HDR sa graphics quality and until extreme sa frame rate. But performance is really bad kapag naka-max settings. Massive frame drops and lags yung makukuha mo, guys. So, for better stable performance sa Farlight 84, you should choose the balance sa graphics quality and very high lang sa frame rate. So, decent and smooth naman, I got around 45 to 55 FPS, which is sometimes maximum we got around 60 FPS din. Sa Genshin Impact, best settings is lowest sa graphics and set mo ang FPS into 60 FPS and it is very playable. Sa thermals naman, nakakakuha ako ng average of 37 to 41 degrees, which is decent pa rin. And thanks to its liquid cooling system, and never ako naka-experience ng overheating even sa Call of Duty Warzone. Casual task here is fine, from social media browsing to video streaming. There will be no hiccups. Although animations are not that smooth and fluid with minor bugs that I've experienced as this device runs on high OS 14 based on Android 14. But one thing I noticed that is have less bloatwares now compared in the past. Although software support is still the main issue sa transition, but guess what? The upcoming Infinix Note 40 series has made a big announcement that it now can get up to 2 years of major software updates, which is a huge leap in providing better value sa isang phone. But kay Tecno Pova 6 Pro does not support that, but hopefully si Tecno Camon 30 series ay meron na din. Para sa storage naman, meron siyang UFS 2.2 with 256GB of internal storage, naka 12GB of LPDDR4X RAM naman. It houses the 108MP main sensor, a 2MP AI camera, and a 0.08 auxiliary lens. Basically, that's a single camera, although this phone is not intended for photography, but shots are decent naman. Color reproduction are quite okay during daytime or kung merong enough lighting. Details are also decent. Okay lang din ang dynamic range pero minsan it can be a hit or a miss. Nagiging sabog minsan ng highlights but I would not say na maganda pero usable naman during daytime. And remember that this phone is a gaming phone which I did expect it to be just fine and at least usable. Sa low light naman, shots looks awful and really bad. When there's little to no light, pangit talaga yung kuha guys. Visible yung noise lalo na sa darker areas. Colors appear warmer by default. When there's enough lighting naman, it's usable. Colors are okay. Though highlights niya is medyo sabog, but turning on night mode gives better output. Night mode takes about 3 to 4 seconds nga lang to shoot, but I suggest to use night mode na lang for better photos overall. Sa video capabilities, main camera can shoot up to 2K at 30 FPS. And quality is decent. Dynamic range is pwede na, but stability is awful. So sobrang shaky unless may gimbal ka. But there's option for EIS pero it will downscale to 1080p at 30 FPS. But usable siya during daytime, but pag low light naman, quality is really bad. Visible ang noise at overall quality is totally whack. Ito naman pag naka-EIS on 1080p at 30 FPS. Moving on sa selfie cam, ito ay naka 32 megapixel and photos can be hit or miss too. At details can be decent with proper lighting condition. But skin tones are soft, dynamic range can be overblown, and background separation is not great but overall quality is okay naman. Sa selfie video naman, it can shoot up to 2K at 30 FPS din. Details are okay. I did not like the dynamic range as it struggles to get the right exposure. Though skin tone are okay naman, it's quite accurate, but colors are pale and washed. And of course, napaka-shaky niya. May option naman to turn on EIS at gaya din ng main cam, it downscales to 1080p at 30 FPS lang din. It packs with a massive 6,000 mAh of battery that supports up to 70 watts of charging speed. Battery life, I would say it's pretty decent. Under normal usage lang, I can get a decent 5 to 6 hours of screen on time with mobile data lang throughout the day. With some juice left after a day, kahit naka-single charge lang ako. But when you're playing games naman, under mobile data and Wi-Fi, I can still get around 3 to 4 hours on screen on time. Even though I expected more, but I'm actually satisfied. Sa charging speed test, it took the 0% to 100% in about 53 minutes, which is decent and mabilis pa rin naman. You can also choose the charging mode dito between low temperature, which charges your phone on a lower temperature, so that means slower charging. Meron naman smart which puts on a medium speed while maintaining good temperature and still gives you enough charging speed. And panghuli is yung hypercharge which maximizes the 70 watts which can also make the phone hotter than usual but yung init naman is not concerning. It also supports bypass charging for those na magdamagan na paglalaro. And also, this device supports a 10 watts reverse wired charging, so you can use this phone as a power bank to charge your other devices. Although 10 watts is very slow, but still a good feature to have. This is a 5G device and tinest ko yung data using dito. Very fast naman ang mobile data, wala akong naging issue. Supported din ang VoLTE LTE or Voice over LTE. Sa Wi-Fi connection, it depends din sa provider nyo. But on my case, no hiccups si Tecno Pova 6 Pro on connecting sa Wi-Fi. Sa haptics naman is pwede na for a mid-range device since it has a Z-axis linear motor. Sa price tag na 11,999 pesos for the 12 and 256GB of variant, which some got this for the early bird price of 10,999 pesos, last year, Pova 5 Pro was launched with 10,999 of SRP, which today you can get it only for 8,999, but a lot of features were added from the last year's Tecno Pova 5 Pro, including the AMOLED display with higher screen brightness. It is also thinner considering it has a larger battery in 6,000 mAh. It is also lighter. May official IP53 rating na din for added protection. Although chipset is not an upgrade, but you can still get almost the same gaming performance kay Pova 5 Pro. So for me, it's still an upgrade kay Pova 5 Pro 5G. And ang tanong is, would you switch to the Pova 6 Pro 5G if galing ka last year sa 5 Pro? It can be a yes or a no. A big yes if you can still find a deal na pwede mo pa rin makuha around 11,000 or kung may additional voucher ka sa Shopee that you can get as low as 9,999. Unknown naman if you really do not want to spend additional 2 to 3,000 pesos, and if you are more focused on the gaming performance and you're fine on missing out the AMOLED display, bigger battery, and better build and quality. Tecno Pova 6 Pro 5G is worth an upgrade over the 5 Pro 5G. If you are more concerned sa overall experience sa phone that includes performance, entertainment usage, superb design, and build quality, ay marerecommend ko talaga si Pova 6 Pro 5G. And antay ka na lang sa mga sale and use a voucher. Pero sulit ba siya sa presyo? For me, yes. Pero sa ganitong price range and more of a gamer ka, may better option naman in Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G, which has better chipset in Dimensity 8050, and the rest are almost the same specs na, pero lesser capacity sa battery and slower charging in 33 watts. Pero para sa iyo, sulit ba sa Tecno Pova 6 Pro 5G? Or look for other option ka na? Let me know down in the comments below if nagustuhan nyo tong video na to, and para sa mga nakabili na kay Pova 6 Pro, you can also leave your review down below. So once again, this has been Gino of Gino Tech Reviews. Bye-bye.